Good day to you. This is Galactic on the last Monday of September. 2 more days until October, which is Halloween. Jurassic and Triassic, what does that mean? It's actually a lot simpler than you might think. Science is about simplicity. It's simple. It's got to be simple. When we're children, we see things simply. And then you get introduced to the harsh realities of local life. There's a war, there's invaders, there are people threatening our tribe. You can inherit our problems. But we are here and we kind of have to make the best of it. Well, how do you do that? Can you use science? No. Science does not apply either in religion or in politics. Why? It has its own rules that overrule scientific method. It is the last day of September 2025 here in Chico, California, about 10 minutes away from midnight, when it will transition from September to October. If you can view the universe the way it moves as a structure, then you've got it. You're finished. One has to evaluate the question format, including the person. You have to have a framework and a context. You have to have an orientation. This is the first day of October. We're a couple of hours into the month of October. October 1st here in Chico, California, 2025. So you can see I have a different haircut. This is because of penury. It means you're near the poorhouse, is what my mother would say. But if you run out of money, your hair will grow. We want the truth that actually solves a human problem. There's a whole bunch of classes of know-it-alls, and of course 9 out of 10 are the ones you hate.
Correctly.
But always one, like myself. In all classes of approach to reality, you're going to have a hierarchy of gurus throughout life. In society, you have a hierarchy of gurus. Good day to you. This is Galactic on the 3rd day of October, where we just got some rain, marking the end of the summer season here in the Northern California. Not a desert, but feels like it in midsummer. So we're quite happy to get some rain. It's about 4 a.m., dawning on a Friday here. We have been covering several topics: Colorado Plateau, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. Form an exact right angle on two political lines. Arizona is right next to Mexico. Mexico and California, both of which are Spanish. I'm not sure what Arizona means. In fact, I'm not sure that that's even a Spanish word. I should have looked that up. When I was in Phoenix, I saw a lot of Spanish people. And that's quite natural for an area that used to be called Baja California, which means the southern part of the West Coast, and Alta California, which is San Francisco to Santa Rosa. That's Alta California. And if you wanted to stretch it down, which the Spaniards really didn't care about, but they did, extend California all the way to Monterey, after which there's a 200-mile gap of just blank, just nothing there. Really nothing but perhaps some sea otters who were hunted to extinction. And there would not be any sea otters on the Monterey coast had it not been for just one last family that the hunters missed. And they lived in a very difficult to reach, not even a bay, just a little cove, just feeding themselves, and they were able to carry on. Just one last family of sea otters. You can go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium next week if you want. And it's about $100 or $200 to get in. Last I checked, it's more money than you can afford because you want to see the wildlife. What lives in the sea? Well, you can go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium next week for just a couple of $100. So you can go in and you'll see fish, you'll see sharks, you'll see things that live under the sea, but you will no longer care. once you go to the top floor and watch as a full-grown woman, a very pretty girl, dressed in a ranger's uniform because she works for the government to protect. Her ancestors tried to kill off the last one of these creatures, but now the cute blonde girl, the descendant of Hitler, Hitler's daughter, is now entertaining us by showing us these goddamned motherfucking mammals are 6 fucking feet tall. And that thing stood up on its hind legs on land, a full-grown sea otter, and was face to face with a human being. We all cried. We couldn't stand it. We were so moved. Hundreds of us watching this Homo sapiens, a Homo sapiens female. A female, probably around 20 years of age, which is good breeding. That's a good breeding time. Especially the California blondes. They can produce up to 24 children if you got to keep them healthy while you're getting as many new humans out of that girl as is possible for one man, and you want to have as many of those girls as you can get. So maybe with very diligent effort, if you're enough of a man, you have a tough cock and a pair of real watermelon barrel-sized gonads, you can have as many as, I would say, a few dozen blonde 20-year-old girls and just get them all every night. Now, no man can do that because you would dry up. You wouldn't be able to do it more than a few times a night. But what I was going to tell you is that this girl, a Homo sapiens, she's a Homo sapiens because she's descended from certain animals that no longer are alive. It's really stupid, and don't be a jackass. Don't be a jackass, please, and say that she's descended from the chimpanzee that played with Clint Eastwood in Every Which Way But Bozo Bobo, the chimpanzee red-assed baboon. That is not that girl. And you shouldn't say that really, she's ready to produce kids. And the way you get them ready, if it's a valley girl, as she probably is, you say baby. You just start saying baby around her. She'll get hot. And you'll be able to do that to dozens of them. If they're married or if they have boyfriends, steal her. Because the sex is better. You'll make more children. More Homo sapiens. But the sea otters are quite cute, and children love the sea otters. We all wept. Because this full-grown, boneable valley girl in a ranger's outfit on top of the Monterey Bay Aquarium at 4 p.m. when she does this show, that otter will come out of the pool because it knows her, goes right up to her, and stands up, and its eyes are higher than her eyes. And then it takes a fish out of her mouth. I'm about to cry. I am so moved by this. To this day, I will never forget, because I thought to myself, just 3 human generations ago at the outside, just 100 years ago, our species, because we're monkeys, and don't you ever say that, but I'm a professor. And if you don't mind, I'll just say what your, trainers, your trainers have taught you to take a fish out of their mouth. But the difference between you and that sea otter is you're going to be skinned alive. And the reason I'm here is to offer you a choice between you being a monkey because you're a lick spittle, you're a kiss ass, you're a sycophant. You're actually, according to my superior nomenclature, I am trained at Stanford, as well as, well, I dropped into Berkeley, but I didn't like it, because at the time, it was communist. And I'm nonpartisan. I will not participate in socialism. That's what sets me apart from murderers, like the people who own and run the Monterey Bay Aquarium, which is a torture chamber. Okay? That place should be blown up, and Lovers Point along with it, and the old bathhouse that used to be at Lovers Point in Monterey, my favorite city on earth, if only the goddamned naval military translators school weren't there, and that's Sour Grapes. I attended for a while in order to use their printer, but nobody chose me for anything. So I told the government, when I was 13, I wrote my paper. It was supposed to go to the president. I have no idea if the president actually got it. I said, now that we own the world, we've butt-fucked Hitler, and you personally, Mr. President, have butt-fucked the president of Russia. So now it's time to resurrect Israel to kill the brown people so that we can have the oil. We have to have the oil, Mr. President. And so I was selected. Because Uncle Sam is always looking for people to clone. I'll just give you the inside scoop. Why do you think we're crashing protons together? Is to make better humans, right? And once we have better humans, Elon will be dead, okay? So, make love while you still can. Elon is still kicking. He won't be young forever. But once we have AI studs, and AI, they're called twats. Twat bots. The twat bots, and I guess you could say something about the male cyborgs that will take the place of humans. And you're the monkey now. You're just going to perish, but some humans will be cloned into cyborgian AI pseudo-intelligence. And they're going to be a new race on Mars. And they'll all live at very close to 0 degrees Celsius so that they can just use quantum tunneling to get to the stars without ever needing a brain. And the real tragedy of humans, Homo sapiens, are going to Mars in order to get to the stars. So you don't need to worry about morality. There's no punishment for Hitler. Hitler is not going to be punished. That's what the atheist, well, how do you refer to your trainer? Do you say you're atheist what? Your atheist Skynet? Your atheist heavy-duty conspiracy? Your atheist alien cartel? Your atheist... Oh! Dinosaur people! You're one of the dinosaur people, are you? Well, what you need is probably something like this. You're never going to get it. And I won't tell you. You have been so brainwashed that I literally could plant anything into your mind if I wanted to. There are certain prerequisites, but you are not one of them. You are a dime a million. But there are men, and I've striven, as all true men do, to be one of those rare men not like you. Not like you. Not Homo sapiens. Or Homo anything. And it just came up again because that ticket just is really out there now. If you're not into the homo, well, there's homo phobo. Homophobo? I think that's irresistible. There's also homomano. And then, yeah. Well, there's also politico. Well, what happened to Catholico? What happened to Protestanto? Protestants? Do you even credit anything anymore? I'm speaking to the generation that's after me, after my generation. What is a generation? Is whatever you say it is. That's a generation. It could be 10 years is not enough, and 70 years is too much. But anywhere between 20 and 60 years, that's a generation. Do you still want to use the word generation? I do. You know why? For the reason I just said. Doesn't mean a fucking thing. Is exactly the same thing as saying in the past. People who are younger than I am. Well, people who are younger than I am, I find out for myself now just what everybody has found out before me at my age, which is the up-and-coming generation just now arriving on the scene that I just vacated. I'm on my way somewhere else. That's quite natural at my age, is to be thinking of going somewhere else. Not when I was 40. I wasn't thinking of going somewhere else in terms of planets or dimensions, or as the kids say now, universes. I wasn't planning on going to some other universe. That's very loosely used now. The way I was raised, universe meant uni is Latin for one. So you got some cockhead, some cockfuckhead talking about anything about universe without that being singular. You've got a problem, Houston. You need to deal with that piece of shit very quickly. No, you don't. You have full-grown men who, as far as I can tell, believe that they're normal and are behaving rationally, who teach anybody willing to listen any age. From 3rd grade or less, all the way up to high school or higher. You're from monkeys, and the universe is expanding. So what has science found out? What are you going to tell the kids? The universe is expanding. and you're descended from monkeys. You see, what that says is, we will tell you every goddamn thing you need to know about the universe. You don't need to look. We'll tell you. We'll tell you. And as for your motherfucking religion, you're not having any! Or we'll kill you. So that's your future. So these are the next generation. And you know what I know? What everyone has known and everybody has told me. I've done a poll to make sure I solicit this kind of information. Do you think that every man who sounds the way I do is the same as every other man my age from the past, just prophesying doom and talking about the next generation exactly the way they did 4,000 years ago? I'm doing the same thing. Maybe. Maybe. You know why? Because nobody knew what men were doing, even yesterday. And nobody yet has ever predicted the future. Correct in both cases? Yes, with a footnote in both cases. That's the thing that I wanted to get across to you in 1,200 video lectures. You have to see two sides no matter what you do. If you think you're right, honey, I'm going to give you a tip that's going to save you a universe full of eternities of fucking misery. Pretend that you're wrong. Just pretend that you're wrong. Don't take yourself seriously. Do you believe in God? So do the fucking demons. Jesus said that. You believe in God? Well, you're not going to be sitting at my table this Thanksgiving. I want my children to not get to know you. You are not welcome at my table if you're a Christian. You see, here's the thing. I'm a Christian. Why do I hate all other Christians? I'm not speaking for myself. I hope you realized that by now. I'm speaking for Christians. Every Christian that I've ever met is somebody filled to overflowing with hatred. Their religion is based on hate. I have never found an exception, except one, myself. Well, that's all changed. Now I'm the Pope, and I expect all other Christians to kiss my fucking ring. And I'm going to wear a second ring right inside my anus. It's going to be in there, and you're going to have to kiss that ring. Only it won't be me. I hope you realize that I'm a gentle, diplomatic man who would never really say these things. But here's what's happening in our happy-go-lucky world of puppy-loving, American music playing. Yeah, Americans! I don't like Americans. Here's the problem with that. I'm an American. I don't like Christians in general. Here's the problem with that. I'm a Christian. That's been true of everything in my life, pattern by pattern, I love all people. Do I? I love all people except you. I hate scientists. I can't stand scientists. But alas, for my tender, ever-loving hypocrisy, I know. How pathetic! I'm an American Christian scientist, but I hate scientific Christian Americans. So I'm a self-hating Jew. So I am a Jew. Because only a Jew can hate himself. I learned that from the Jews. And here we go again, kind of like Hitler this way. I really try to love all the Jews. Try to love them. But there's one little problem. I'm a Jew. I'm a Jew. How can I love Jews now? It's just like Woody Allen said. I would not want to be part of any club, I'll just add, or society or culture or race or skin color or fucking accent or size of nose or shape of eyes, or here it comes for an American, a big meatiness of my cock and the round heft of my testicular nads. I couldn't care less. But alas, I have a cock and a couple of, well, shriveled up, tasteless raisins that not even a desperate Homo sapiens, female, youth, blonde, might like. But I can still put a ring where the Pope wears his and pretend that everything is okay. Do I hate Catholics? My teacher is a Jesuit. Do I hate Hollywood? Johnny Depp is in Hollywood. Do I hate Washington, D.C.? Abraham Lincoln is sitting in Washington, D.C. Do I hate England? Yes. Do I hate France? Yes, except for parts of the South, Provence. Do I hate Europe? Yes, without any qualification. Do I hate China? No. Everything is made there. Do I hate the solar system? Now, hey, keep going. Keep going. Do you hate everything in the universe? Well, that's where I need to slow down. And just hang on. What do you mean by universe? Well, do you just hate everything? Yes, okay. I hate everything that has a position. I hate everything that has a position. Or I hate anything that has momentum. But you can't hate something for its momentum and its position. Heisenberg proved that. Well, I said, Heisenberg, aren't you a Nazi? Yeah, he's a Nazi. Well then, So am I. And I hate Nazis. I hate Nazis more than I hate Brad Pitt. I mean, more than Brad Pitt hates Nazis. I hate Nazis more than Brad Pitt while he's swinging a Louisville slugger into a human being's watermelon-like head. Do you ever think maybe that should be rated and controlled so that children don't see that? I'm serious about this. Have you ever seen Bambi? If I had the power, and I could go back in time, and how many of us have not had this fantasy, if I had all the power that I needed to define, and I could go back in time and just relive this segment of history with all the power that I need to make it happen differently, I would find a way to corner those bastards that made Bambi. That my sisters will die, probably in their 80s, but when they reach their 80s, both of my sisters will die for no other reason than they were subjected to the movie called Bambi. Well, do you think this is going to help them? What can help them now? Hitler got them, locked them up, turned them into zombies, and now I hate the universe and I hate you, and everything hates everything. Now what? Well, that's when you need science. And that's why I always hold up the good book, and this could be the Bible, and you know it. Come on. Come on. Please, please, just once in your fucking life, just pretend that this is the good book. Except this one is. So just pretend that maybe somebody could actually teach you wisdom, could teach you anything, could give you knowledge that produced understanding that led you to heaven.
Just, my God, try it just once, for God's sake. It's not gonna kill you.
Just imagine, maybe there's super intelligence. There's super consciousness. Well, you know what? If you refuse to go along with me, here's what's going to happen. You're the one who invented love. You did. Really? Not even Hitler said that. Thank you very much. We'll be back with some science. No meat in 4 days. No beer in over 3 months. Oh my God! Do what I say, and I'll get you into heaven. But if you give me any more... Thank you.